Hello, my name is Avalon Bristow, and I am Program Director at the Mid-Atlantic Regional Council on the Ocean, or MARCO. I appreciate this opportunity to speak about the great and collaborative work ongoing in the Mid-Atlantic Marine Debris Workgroup as part of the on-demand presentation at MACO's 2022 Mid-Atlantic Ocean Forum. First, I'll start with a brief overview of what MARCO is. MARCO was founded in 2009 as part of a governor's agreement among 5 states, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, and New York, to work toward enhancing the vitality of the region's ocean ecosystem and economy through collaboration and coordination. MARCO is the recognized regional partnership for the Mid-Atlantic and conducts much of its work through topic-specific work groups and regional ocean planning. To foster partnership with federal agencies, tribal nations, and the Mid-Atlantic Fishery Management Council, MARCO established the Mid-Atlantic Committee on the Ocean, or MACO, in 2019. You'll see that a theme throughout this presentation is the importance of partnerships. Partnerships with other entities like those I already listed, as well as the academic community and researchers, non-governmental organizations, and the ocean observing system in the Mid-Atlantic, MARICUS, and many more, are critical to advance regional priorities, helping serve as a collective voice for the region. Our work groups are collaborative and have succeeded due to the active engagement of everyone on the team. Special thanks to our partners that are in attendance at the forum today. MARCO has established several topic-specific and multi-agency work groups to identify and pursue specific activities that advance 4 shared regional priorities, which are to protect important marine habitats and sensitive and unique offshore areas, support the sustainable and responsible development of offshore renewable energy, prepare the region's coastal communities for the impacts of climate change on ocean and coastal resources, and promote coastal and ocean water quality improvements. This 4th priority is where the Marine Debris Working Group sits. Its goal is to improve the quality of our coastal waterways and ocean through reduction and prevention of marine debris and litter that becomes marine debris. The multi-agency Mid-Atlantic Marine Debris Work Group is led by Laura McKay from the Virginia CZM program, as well as the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Representation from the U.S. EPA is currently transitioning due to staffing changes. There are over 24 members in the Mid-Atlantic Marine Debris Work Group who meet once per month to work on activities aimed at creating a regionally appropriate strategy for marine debris reduction. All 5 Mid-Atlantic states are represented in the group, as are federal agencies, non-governmental organizations, and aquariums, and even some small mission-focused for-profit businesses in the region. For calendar year 2022, the work group is focusing on 5 activities which I'll be reviewing during this presentation. The first and primary focus of the work group is to continue developing and disseminating a community-based social marketing CBSM campaign to reduce balloon release behavior at the Mid-Atlantic regional scale. I'll be talking extensively about this program in the following slides. The second activity is to conduct shoreline marine debris surveys and document the quantities and types of debris found. 3, support the creation and implementation of the Mid-Atlantic Marine Debris Action Plan, which was created by the NOAA Marine Debris Program last year, and contribute to that where appropriate. 4, maintain a marine debris projects inventory website, also in partnership with the NOAA Marine Debris Program. And 5, apply the same CBSM principles that we're doing as part of the balloon release reduction campaign to reduce the behavior of people using single-use water bottles when visiting waterfront recreational areas like beaches or waterfront parks in the region. For more detail about these 5 activities or to learn more about our work groups, any of our work groups, please visit the Ocean Planning section of the MARCO website. There you can download the group's work plan and semi-annual progress reports. As I mentioned, I'm going to talk extensively about our project our CBSM project to reduce balloon release behavior in the Mid-Atlantic. The genesis of this focus came from a workshop that was held in Virginia in June of 2017, where Mid-Atlantic marine debris experts were asked to consider which common marine debris item A, posed the greatest risk to marine wildlife and habitats, B, was the most politically and economically feasible to address, and C, could be addressed using a single strategy across the whole Mid-Atlantic. These experts identified balloons as a priority target because they meted all of that criteria and agreed that community-based social marketing was the best approach to help change behavior and prevent this harmful form of marine debris. Balloons are unique among all the man-made litter and debris found in the ocean and on the land, in that balloons and their attachments, for example, plastic ribbons, plastic valves, and plastic discs, are a form of litter that people purchase often with the intent to release them on purpose into the environment. Families, schools, businesses, and sport venues across the globe continue to purchase mass quantities of helium-filled latex balloons or foil-covered plastic balloons and transport them to a selected site and then release them into the air. These mass releases of balloons have become part of various social and marketing events such as weddings, funerals, memorials, athletic events, birthdays, festivals, political rallies, store openings, car sales, and fundraisers, you name it. As they rise, helium-filled balloons may or may not burst, but eventually all balloons and their attachment return to Earth as litter, landing in the ocean, inland water bodies, or on land. Once airborne, balloons can travel long distances and have an impact in an area far from the point of release. A balloon can travel hundreds of miles before bursting or deflating and landing in a forest, a field, river, lake, or ocean. In fact, they often end up floating in the world's ocean one way or another, washing up on beaches thousands of miles away. Once there, they become a deadly hazard to marine wildlife. In fact, balloons are among the top 5 most deadly forms of ocean trash. Many of these airborne balloons, fragments, or attachments will end up in the oceans where they can be mistaken as food by marine animals and ingested. Their attachments, often a string, ribbon, or other material, can wrap around fins, flippers, and limbs of marine wildlife, leading to starvation, infection, amputation, or drowning. Latex balloons can take years to degrade, long enough to pose entanglement and ingestion dangers to turtles, seabirds, and marine mammals. Scientists who work with stranded whales and other marine animals have found balloons, parts of balloons, and balloon strings in the stomachs of many of these dead animals. As you can see here, this sea turtle has ingested a balloon string and was really lucky to be rescued before it had any more serious impacts. So to address this serious and pervasive concern, the Mid-Atlantic Marine Debris Workgroup applied for and was granted funding from the NOAA Marine Debris Program to undertake a regional community-based social marketing approach to reduce balloon release behavior, building off groundwork laid in Virginia through their Joyful Send-Off campaign, which aimed to reduce the number of balloon releases at celebratory events such as weddings. Community-based social marketing is important in that it does not make any assumptions. There is a ton of research and careful planning that goes into ensuring the campaign will be as effective as possible. The project team has done extensive research over the past few years to get a good sense of where and why people release balloons. CBSM is founded upon the concept that if you want to change someone's behavior, you have to understand the behavior. We're not going to get action if we don't do baseline research and meet people where they are. Focus group research conducted during year 1 of this project showed that only 7% of wedding venues in the region had a mass balloon release. While a few individual wedding venues did have a high number of releases, these focus group results indicated that a wedding venue-based strategy would be too narrow for the entire region. Additional surveys indicated that most of the releases were actually happening at people's homes rather than formal event spaces like churches or wedding venues. So the project team has shifted to utilizing social diffusion and norms as a key approach to reaching new and broader audiences. Based on this need to reach such a broad audience, we forged partnerships with aquariums in the region to help develop and widely disseminate a balloon release reduction message. Together, we developed materials to display as well as additional downloadable resources for formal and informal educators. The research and results truly provide fascinating insight into people's motivation for behavior and indicated that what resonates across a wide variety of people are two types of images. One, impacts of balloon releases on wildlife, such as this image of the turtle with the balloon ribbon in his mouth, as well as alternatives to balloon releases, which I'll show you a few examples of in a moment. Here's another example of a poster that we created showing a puffin that has been entangled in a balloon. And here are the images that we developed for this campaign that focus more on alternatives to balloon releases rather than the impacts to wildlife. This project is leveraging a site that was developed by the Virginia Coastal Zone Management Program, www.preventballoonlitter.org, which is a beautiful site that hosts a wealth of ideas, resources, and information for choosing other ways to celebrate, remember, and honor without the use of balloon releases. In addition to the Balloon Release CBSM campaign, each state conducts cleanup events on 1 mile stretches of beach at least biannually and catalogs the number of balloon and non-balloon related debris found. We've been working with the Marco Portal technical team and ocean mapping and data team to create a layer on the Mid-Atlantic Ocean Data Portal that shows those 1 mile stretches of beach that states are cleaning and monitoring biannually. Here's an image of what the new layer looks like when you first activate it under the water quality theme. You can zoom into each stretch and click the line where a dialog box will appear showing the number of balloon and non-balloon debris that was collected there during each monitoring event. In addition to this new layer on the portal, we've created a companion story map. Many thanks to Nick Mead from the Virginia Coastal Zone Management Program for his work creating this story map. You can click through the story map to see a description and some photos from each of the monitoring locations throughout the region. And last but not least, the work group has partnered with NOAA Marine Debris Program to create and maintain the Marine Debris Collaborative Portal. This collaborative website allows identified staff in each state to upload information about marine debris reduction efforts. This website can also be viewed by all stakeholders in the general public. There are currently over 90 projects in the database, and the work group continues to solicit updates monthly from fellow members and partners in the region. I wanted to thank you again for this opportunity to speak to you all in this recording. My contact information is listed on this slide, and please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions about what the work group is doing. In one of my previous slides, I did mention that we are focused on expanding community-based social marketing themes and strategies into reduction and prevention of other marine debris sources, including the use of single-use water bottles at waterfront recreational zones. We're currently waiting on word on whether that project was selected for funding by the FY22 NOAA Marine Debris Prevention Program. We look forward to updating you as our work group work plan progresses. Thank you very much.